Hello, listener. This is Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends recap romance media and love on the genre. This week, we're back with a Patreon shout-out. Kendall HO, you are a Chalkydri, an ancient Greek angel who is so mesmerizing to behold that you cannot look directly at it because you will be so enchanted and go insane. You are said to be all the colors of the rainbow, have the head of an alligator and the feet and tail of a lion. You live near the sun and announce the new day to all the other birds and flying creatures each day. Isn't that nice? Like a beautiful, gentle alarm clock of light and love. Thank you for all that you do. Check out all we have to offer, including video episodes, gifts, and more on patreon.com/Heaving Bosoms podcast. And now we have a big surprise. Lo of Christina Lauren and Kate Clayborn stopped by to chat all about Love at First and recap the first episode of our new obsession, Crash Landing on You. I'm never going to be the same. Here we go. All right, here we are. Hello.
Hello.
I'm very, very excited today because we have a couple of special guests. My dreams
Celebrity
have come true.
guests.
Celebrity guests. That's right. Lo is back. Hello, Lo.
Hello.
Mastermind of this episode, really?
Really? I basically forced you into it.
Not even close.
and then I volunteered the other one.
Yeah, that's true. You did do that. And we were
I
like,
did do that.
I mean, sure. If you're going to do the twisting of the arms, we're fine with it. Because we've got Kate Clayborn here.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to be on. I'm so glad I was forced to come on. What a thrill.
Yay. So how is everyone?
Hanging in there.
Erin and her cauldrons are doing amazingly.
That's right. Erin's got her cauldron mug.
Look, I have a cauldron that it's actually steaming if you get really close.
Wow.
That's a coffee mug. It's great. It's
That's
from Etsy.
fabulous.
It's my new favorite thing.
That is wonderful.
I feel like I should have brought a prop, but
Yeah.
I have nothing. It's just
I feel like everybody has their favorite pandemic purchase.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, indeed.
of course, now I can't think of what mine would be, but I bet everybody has something that they got during the pandemic that's like going to be special to them forever.
Yeah.
Is that true for the cauldron?
Yeah, absolutely. But Kate, I feel like you've got like a tiny thing that's new recently, right? Like a teeny tiny
little
thing that you've done.
Yes, just a tiny little thing. I had a book come out last week called Love at First. And yeah, it's been a real whirlwind. I'm thrilled it is out. I'm really excited about it.
Yay.
It's so good. I love it so much.
So Lauren had to like suffer through the last stages of me finishing that book. So she knows it intimately.
Well, according to the
struggles.
blurb on the back that she did, yeah, it looks like she knows it intimately and loves it.
What's funny is I think they had to edit down my blurb, right? I think I sent like basically a letter. It was like when, somebody like, wants you to edit down something in the podcast. That's what I should have said to them. It's like, can you just like make me sound a little bit less crazy?
That's amazing.
The day that that blurb went to my editor, I don't think she's ever been as happy with me as she was.
Oh,
it was really wonderful. Yes, it was really wonderful. So,
oh my gosh. Well, Can I tell you the moment I fell in love with the book?
Yes, please.
Okay.
No, Mel, you can't.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
It happened in the prologue. So,
okay. That's
there's
early.
that.
Okay.
And it says, so he hears a voice and it says, a girl's voice, a perfect voice. Somehow, even from that short everyday word, it sounded like a laugh at liftoff. It sounded like a laugh at liftoff, Kate? Come on!
I love it. I know. And there's like lines like that in like multiple ones per page.
I know.
Where I just stopped. When I was reading it as she was writing, I had my iPad with my the pen and I was like circling things and like writing all over the PDF. And it was basically, I sent her back like, it looked like a kindergartner had drawn on it.
I just can't. Over hiatus, I also read Love Lettering, and I so super adored that. The way that the images popped off the page at me, even though I'm not a person who thinks in pictures, like I can't see pictures. If I see anything, it's like a black and then like a sort of a
do not
whisper.
Try to explain this to listeners.
A whisper of like what is in my brain. Like it's not there. Yeah. And I could just like see it. All of a sudden it was crazy. A laugh at liftoff. How dare you be so good?
Well, thank you. I like a little poetry in my books.
It's beautiful.
That little baby Will in that prologue. What a sad little teenager.
I know.
I love it.
I love him.
I know. It's when he gets broken a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to tell them about the book?
Sure. So Love at First is about the prologue that we're talking about happens when the hero of the book, Will, comes to this apartment building when he's 15 years old. And he hears a girl on the balcony above him, and it's sort of love at first sound. But then things change for him and he has to go away. They don't meet again for 16 years. So the girl on the balcony is now living in that apartment that she inherited from her grandmother. And he also inherits an apartment in that building, but he wants to use his unit as an Airbnb. And she really doesn't want that. So
she's mad.
She's very mad.
Big mad.
So she decides she's going to try and sabotage his plans. But in fact, she ends up falling in love with him. So yes. So it's a little bit fated mates. It's a little bit enemies to lovers. It's a lot of found family. And
it has some of the best side characters. I just love them all so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we get to meet every person in the 6 apartment building, which is really, really cool.
Yeah. It was, I was writing it sort of before the pandemic, but, I think I was probably about halfway through in March of last year. And I think like everything about it took on a different meaning for me. So like the apartment building and like sort of centering the story in an apartment building and neighbors and kind of caring for a neighborhood community, all of that sort of became more important in the book.
Yeah.
And so I kind of hoped that when it came out, people would feel a sense of community. That's what I wanted.
It's gorgeous.
That people would feel. So hopefully it worked.
I think it did.
Beautiful.
Was she working remotely before pandemic, or was that a change?
Yes, she was. Wow. He was a doctor. She was working remotely. All that stuff was there.
One of the coolest things I felt in the book was like, it just looks so normal to me right now, even though it wasn't at all traumatic. Like there was no pandemic overhanging it or anything like that. But I was like, oh my gosh, here she is, like talking with her best friend, working remotely. Like that's, it's literally my life.
I will say, I don't think I could have written the scenes with like her and her best friend on video calls. Like, I don't think I probably could have written those the same had we not had this experience. I mean, which is awful. I wish we had not had this experience.
Sure, of course. Me too. Yeah.
But I think that, like I was doing a lot of that. And so I don't know, all that took on extra meaning for me. Like how we keep each other close when we're away.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. And I love the fact that a poetry night was actually a prank. Like who would have thought who would have thought that a prank could be a poetry night? And here we are.
I know.
Oh man. I loved writing that little poetry night.
It was very fun.
It was very fun. What I'm loving is seeing people quoting all of their favorite lines from the book on social media. Like it's just everywhere. And there's so many amazing lines in the book that it's not like you're seeing just one line over and over. You're seeing like everybody's finding something that they love so much. And I love that. It makes
I'm so excited to read it.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
I feel like
we've really talked it up now.
So good.
I know, you better like it, Erin.
If it doesn't work for you, this is going to be a real
I'm gonna like it.
My goodness. Well, that was a lot, and I'd like to go dig a hole and lie down. No, I'm just kidding.
Too much attention for her.
Would you prefer to move our attention to something that you love outside of your work?
I'd be so thrilled to talk about what I came on here for.
Because I'm actually a little bit mad at both of you.
What?
Okay.
Just to be honest.
Melody.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry. We're going to fight. We're going to fight on the podcast.
Okay.
No, you gave me a new obsession. How am I going to do anything else now?
So what
I
episode are you
know.
on? Because I know what we're talking about tonight, but how far did you get?
I had to stop myself. So I saw it. I watched it 2 times, and every time it was like next episode. I was like, Melody, you're never gonna be able to capture this if you watch the next episode. So I've only watched the first
telling
one.
me you're obsessed by episode 1?
Yes.
Because, girl, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
You are in trouble.
I mean, like,
I'm through 3, and it's because. So Melody said, I haven't been on the email. I've been like very, very busy. So I've been kind of like not on the email. And Melody's like, okay, we're doing Crash Landing on You
It's hot dummy.
with these like famous ladies. And like, we have to have it like you have to watch it by Sunday. And I was like, okay. I had it in the back of my head, Crash Landing. Okay, gotta get it done by Sunday. And so then it was Friday and I was like, fuck, this is 16 episodes long. And
they're
I was
long
like, okay, I
episodes.
just got to block my whole Saturday to just like, because you can't do anything else because it's subtitles. So it's not like you can fold laundry. And I thought that I had to watch 16 hours of this show on Saturday so that we could talk about all of it.
And it's more than
fortunately,
that. It's like 24 hours.
It is.
Because
Yeah.
the episodes are an hour and a half.
oh my God. So I still wouldn't have been able to do it. And so, like, fortunately, like, after the second episode, I talked to Melody and I was like, I can't talk to you anymore. I'm already going to be up until like 2 a.m. watching this show. And she's like, why do you?
Why? I don't understand.
Are you pausing it every couple minutes?
Yeah, right. I was like, I have to stop because I keep having to rewind too. Because if I read, because it's all subtitled. If I read it, then I want to like go back and see what the actors' faces are doing because everybody's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So it does also take me longer to.
Wait, can I ask a question? Are you going to recap the whole show?
So here's
Just
the
first
plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the plan.
Oh.
We're doing episode 1. Don't cover your mouth, Lauren. You get to talk whenever you want.
No, I just got really excited.
If you
right.
called Melody and said, replace Erin with me, she would drop me like so much trash. Don't even. Don't.
Drop
you can
kick
come on
her out
anytime
the
you
door.
want.
That's not true. You are her Christina. That's a lie.
It's true.
That's
It's true. No, okay. So the plan is we're doing episode 1 with y'all.
Uh-huh.
And then Erin and I are going to recap the rest of the series an episode at a time on Patreon.
Yes.
So I'm
that's
very,
great.
very excited.
Oh my
about
God. I am so excited for you guys. Like, Melody, if you are in for episode 1,
it.
this is going to blow you away because episode 1 is admittedly banana pants.
It's so good, though. It's so good. It was so good.
Everything about
It
it
gets
is
so
magic.
much better.
Oh,
Every
I think-
episode gets better.
It's probably when I started watching this show. I mean, Lauren knows like I consume things very slowly,
Okay.
probably almost in a way that is annoying. But I'll be like, oh, I'll watch 15 minutes a day. Like, that's how I am about things.
I like that you are really good about boundaries. That's
very-
really
oh.
good.
I love that you noticed this right now.
Yeah.
You really have no idea.
I love it.
Anyway, so I'd be like, I think I was watching it and I think maybe Lauren posted something about it on social media and I replied and I was like, oh my God, I'm watching the show. It's great. And she was like, what episode are you on? And I was like, 2. And then I was like on episode 2 and
I finished and I was like, come on.
And then, I'd just be like going really slow. And I think I would like message you and I'd be like, oh, I'm on this episode. It's still really great or whatever. And then I hit like a certain episode. And I think it was like all caps in her.
I think you hit 7 and then you could.
And then it was like, I could not do anything else.
I'm making notes. Number 7.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Episode 7 is where I think most people are like, well, I guess I'm not sleeping.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
Good to know.
Yeah. And did you guys know that this is like the foundational moment for Kate and my friendship? Like we were friendly before, but Crash Landing on You, which is what we're talking about. I don't know if we've said that yet.
Oh, hey, listener. Look at how good Lauren is at this. Low.
You're
amazing.
We started DMing and then we're like, screw this. Here's my phone number. And then basically now I'm like up in her business every day.
Yay!
So, yeah. This is
I think she gave me her phone number and I think I waited like a full 30 hours before I worked up the nerve to text her. I was like, let me
I need to gird my loins a little bit before we get started
Because I have
here.
to say, like,
Just get through an episode without you saying girding your loins. I would love it.
It's like you've never met me.
I have to say, my DMs up to episode 7 were like very, I don't know, like normal Kate. They were very like, this is indeed a great show. Like very
I am really enjoying it.
calm.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah. And then I just really let that freak flag fly on episode 7.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
And then that's how we fell in love forever.
Well, you're both invited back to do any other episods you want to do.
Okay, I want to come back for episode 7.
Yeah, let's have you both for episode 7
also,
if we can.
Also 12, 13, 14. 14 we have to do. 15. I think our favorite episodes are probably 11, 14, 15.
Yeah. And then we'll have to do like a recap of all the scenes that we've watched many, many times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've already got a couple. They're not scenes, but they're moments from episode 1 that I'm just like, it really just like hit me. And I was like, oh no, I'm not okay.
Yeah, you're
Like,
going to have your life wrecked.
The way this episode ends, I was like, oh, I'm done. Oh no.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. This is not good.
You gotta tough it up, Melody.
Oh no.
It's gonna drag you
Yeah.
so many places.
It's gonna be my life. All right, should we get started?
Okay, we got to talk about it.
I know, sorry.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So the opening credits on their own are fucking brilliant. It's
The soundtrack is amazing.
The soundtrack.
Everybody needs to get the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's so good. And we're seeing like the boundary line, the barbed wire fence between North Korea and South Korea. And then scene flash, done. We're in South Korea now. It's fancy. There are room for cars and restaurants and stuff. And she gets out of the car. There's a girl. We love her. She's hot. She's great.
Yep.
Wait, are we still in the credits? What's the detail recall of these?
No, you'll see. Melody's driving this bus.
You'll see that it's very intense for some parts and then just nothing for others.
Yes. And then Erin will have to be like, hold up.
Yeah. The part where like the hero was shot or something and she'd be like, no. But did you see where he touched her face?
Okay. But notice that like this starts out, she gets out of the car and then they like get into the restaurant and they stop on the stairs like
very meaningfully.
Picture.
Yeah. So she gets paparazzi'd basically with, I guess, a movie star.
Yes.
And I honestly, at this point, I did not understand because in the meeting she has right after this, she gets paparazzi'd and then it flashes immediately to a meeting she's having with her people. And they're like, oh, we broke down this photo for the press and we told them, they're like, you're totally not together and stuff. And she's like, oh, yes, it's over now. It's like, burp, burp. So I didn't know if, like, she did that, right? She did that and she's just like playing it cool for her employees. She wants to get
the picture of her earrings and the purse she was holding.
Yes.
Taken picture of and like shared because she is very smart. She's a businesswoman.
Savvy.
And she basically like set that up on her own so that she would get caught on camera.
Yeah.
Well, I love they blurred her picture and she's like, can you do just like a little less blur to get the earring in? I loved it.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, and so she's like a store owner, I think, a department store owner, or maybe she's a fashion person.
Fashion line.
Like fashion, makeup. It's like she's a conglomerate.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. And she's
because it glitters sometimes. Sarah's choice.
Yeah.
Yes. It's true. And now she has bodyguards because of the movie star and stuff, and she's very concerned about this. And then as she's walking out of the store, her brother calls, and he's in the car with his wife.
This is her oldest brother. So she has 2 brothers.
Yeah. Oldest brother. And his wife is like correcting him on the phone. And he obviously pays no attention to her. But he's like, I'm calling because Dad wanted me to. He just got out of jail because he's a money crimes guy.
Yep.
And he wants you to come to the house or something. And she's like, I'm blocking your number. Never call me again.
Correct. Like in this scene, you're definitely seeing that Sari has like not a good relationship with her family. Yeah. She doesn't want to talk to her brother. She doesn't really want to come home. She doesn't sound like she comes home a lot. So, yes.
Yeah, it sounds like she sort of walked away and never came back.
But she's about to.
She's about to. And she's about to do it in a power suit.
I love that scene.
Shoulder pads.
Time out.
Shoulder pads.
those pointy shoulders
No.
wrecked me. I was just like,
I know.
blown away by them. Oh, those pointy shoulders.
I know. And what you see first is just like the solid gold zipper down her back. And
all the way down.
just cannot. So we're at the dinner table with her terrible family, and the brothers are sort of like bickering back and forth. And the brothers' wives are doing that really passive aggressive thing where they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
That scene is so surgical.
It
I
is.
love that scene so much because the older brother's wife, so he's Sejun, I think, and the other brother is Sehyung. He's the middle brother.
Yeah.
And the middle brother is married to this like super ambitious, vicious woman.
Vicious.
Yes. And the oldest brother is married to this kind of like super supportive, kind of like bumbling. What's that?
She's a great actress.
So good. All of the acting is good.
But she's also very adept at being vicious while seeming like really nice and concerned.
Totally. That whole scene is so perfectly done.
Oh my gosh.
So wait, which one is older, glasses or not glasses?
Not glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It seems like it'd be the other way. It was confusing for me.
Yeah, and not glasses is the one that's kind of a dummy.
Yeah,
and the other one is the one that's kind of
the union guy.
Yeah.
So he's in trouble for punching a guy.
Glasses is one's like aggressive and the other one's a dummy. The dummy's kind of hot, and I just wanted to say it out loud.
Dummy's super hot.
I liked glasses.
Dummy is such an asshole.
Glasses
though.
is great too.
Yeah.
I'm saying in real life, if he were to stumble across my path, I would look a couple of times. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the wives are trying to point out the ways in which the other brother is dumb and bad because the dad is attempting to choose an heir for the giant company that he can no longer run because he is a money crimes man.
Right. The dad has decided to step down from Queen's Group is what it's called.
Yeah. Kate, you know all about the money crimes. You wrote all about them in Love Lettering.
You know I hate a financial crime.
That's right. How dare you?
I'm really against it. Me and capitalism are like oil and water.
Not friends. So the older brother is in trouble because he punched a labor union guy. Middle brother is in trouble because he lost $1 billion? Billion?
It's 1 billion won. So divide that by 1,000.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't.
It's like
he can't do it.
Can't.
It sounds
Don't know
like
how.
Heirs don't math.
No.
Divide means less. Is
I just dropped out of the conversation.
that happened in my brain.
So yeah, I mean, and that's actually going to play a really big part of the story, how that brother got duped.
When we see that hottie McHot Batman.
I just want to say, I will be better on this podcast when we get to Captain Reed's cheekbones.
Yes,
that'd be great
because they will cut us to our core.
Okay, but also, Kate, you have to remember that I wrote fan fiction for this show, so I had to know their names. I had to Google what their names were. I otherwise would not have cared.
What is web address of fan fiction that was written?
Fan fiction.
I am ready to take down the www.
I'll email it to you.
Excellent. Even better. Secret fan fiction. All right, so then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, little sister's not coming because she doesn't even talk to us.
She doesn't love us."
Yeah,
she is coming with shoulder pads.
Oh my god, she is about to she doesn't open the door. Her shoulder pads just push the door open.
Yep. Yeah. I also love that you just hear her like.
Yes.
Even look at anybody in the room when she comes in. She just looks only at her dad. It's so powerful.
She is. She walks in and dad's like, "I want you to be the heir. Fuck these two." And she's like, "Well, if I'm the heir, like I'm going to have to get somebody to run my incredibly successful company that I made without you or anybody else. So like, I guess I could do that. However, if I'm going to be the big boss, we're going to have to get rid of some CEOs that are terrible. Like ones who, I don't know, punch union leaders and other ones who, God, like lose $1 billion. I think they've got to go." And the dad's very much like, "Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, it's in your hands."
Good. And the brothers are like, "Wine,
yeah,
wine."
We didn't mean to.
They're so awful.
You know what I love about this scene is that she never even sits down at the dinner table. She walks in, she takes all of their everything. Like she just steals everything and then she just goes. And like,
I forget about the tension with the mom.
Oh yeah.
Because she looks at each of them, right? She looks at like the oldest brother and he's like, don't do it. And she looks at the other one. He's like, don't do it. She looks at the mom and the mom is like, don't do it. And that's when she's like, fuck all of you. I'm going to do it.
So there's a story there. There's a story there.
But that scene with the mom doesn't come until later, right?
At the end. Yeah. Yeah. At the very, very end. We see what happens right after she leaves the house.
The story with the mom is so well done.
It's gonna get Melody.
Is there a mom? No. Like, is it a deep mom thing? Like, is it a big mom thing?
It's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that was one of my ugly cries, I think, in the show.
Oh, that's great. Well,
you're gonna have so many. I can't wait to hear about them too.
I was gonna say you better be ready for all.
Are
of
you
my
do cry a lot?
Because it's
Do you cry a lot?
Does Melody cry a lot?
Oh. Okay.
We watched the opening scene. We watched about 25 minutes of Beauty and the Beast during family movie time with my toddlers, and I teared up thrice. Just for the opening of Beauty and the Beast.
Kate's face is just, it's sending me.
Kate's like, who is this?
She's like,
person?
Okay.
Good.
No, I think that's great.
I don't cry a lot in life, but I do cry a lot in movies and stuff. I was politely asked to leave the theater during Up. like an usher came and was like, ma'am, we're gonna have to, you're sobbing too loud. Like I couldn't breathe.
Up, right?
But that is so fair, Erin. That is the hardest opening of any film.
I was asked to leave the Britannia Theater during Up by an usher who said that I was that people couldn't enjoy the film because of my sobbing. Like, which means to me that somebody left to tell an usher, like, get this lady out of here.
That's amazing.
Anyway.
Oh boy. It's July, folks. That means new Bonkers Book Club selections. And let me tell you, our cup runneth over. First, there's a historical smorgasbord. You get the entire box set of Nicola Davidson's Surrey SFS series. If you're not familiar, that stands for Sexual Freedom Society. This box set includes 5 ridiculously spicy historicals, with a variety of gender pairings and trios, and so much more that makes my heart sing. Then, Jenny and Katie are offering up one of their all-time favorites, Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. That's the mafia book where the heroine accidentally sets the hero's house on fire, and then makes sure her mouth is full of strawberries because she knows he's extremely allergic. Best wedding kiss ever, right? And then we decided to do a little bonus. We wanted to see if audiobooks are something you'd like as part of book club. And Kay Lorraine and Meg Ann have a series called The Mate Games. You get to listen to Book 1, Obsession. It's a paranormal reverse harem that's done with duet narration. And the cast of narrators is insanely good. So, Joybringers have tons to look forward to. If you want to join, check out our website. The link is in the show notes.
Okay, now we're in North Korea, right?
No, not yet.
Huh.
Are we not? No. Okay, because the only thing we have to say is the dad's like, can you come to my office tomorrow to work out details? And she's like, no, actually, I need to test a very important product tomorrow for my company.
Extreme
that's so
sportswear.
good.
Extreme sportswear.
A flight suit.
Yeah,
so she's lavender flight suit.
Lavender flight suit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So she's going to paraglide in this flight suit in order to test it. And she's doing it personally.
One thing I love is that her manager, her like very overworked manager, is like, you don't have to do this yourself. Like we could hire somebody to do this paragliding to test out this thing. And you can tell that she gives some sort of metaphor about wind that does not translate.
Right.
Because it's like, wind is here. And you're like reading the subtitle like, yeah.
So like I don't stay in the same place basically. And the funniest thing I thought, and I didn't know if it translated well or not, but she's like, I'm going to be up in a high place. And I think it's very funny that she ended up in the north.
Yes.
Because it's not high, but on a map, it is above.
It is up.
Thank you. It's up.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Thank you, Kate.
Wait till you read our books. They're going to be very smart. Much words.
So many imageries. So then she's paragliding. People are filming her and stuff. And then out of the mist comes a tornado. A tornado,
cyclone.
I say.
This is always a point I have to tell people to stay with the show. I'm like, don't bail when you see this tornado.
Oh, no, this is when I came in.
When I saw
I dove in.
I was like,
That's why you're my people, though.
This did not deter me at all.
She's like, oh, look at the beautiful leaves and the cloud and everything and the tractor flying by and the cow. Oh, I loved it. It was
My husband was like, was that a cat? Did we just see a cat? I was like, yes.
But then, okay, wait, time out, wait. So then with the tornado, I thought, is the whole thing like a Wizard of Oz thing? Like, am I supposed to be like trying to find parallels to the Wizard of Oz, or like, do I need to just throw that out of my brain? Because it was so similar, like how it was like dun 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 dun, dun like going in the thing. No,
It's just a weather event.
She
well, I was thinking of the family. I'm like, is one of them heartless and one of them without courage? And what, like, then I was like, oh, I was trying to find things. I tried. Well, remember that time?
Well, now I'm thinking about the Army boys, but I think they're all like,
yeah.
I do remember that time.
Maybe, she's got to try to go home. And maybe.
Melody and I once read for the podcast a romance novel
Are
that
we
was
going to tell
very
this to
clearly
two very smart celebrities?
I'm going to tell them. It was very clearly a straightforward Christmas Carol.
Yep.
Like, scene by scene. There was a Scrooge.
Carol.
There was a Ghost of Christmas everything. And we did not even notice. We're like, how weird.
What was the purpose of going to visit that neighbor?
So now you're correcting. You're self-correcting. Everything is like, I think this one might be Wizard of Oz. I'm pretty sure it was just a tornado.
I just don't want to be that dumb again, Lauren.
Nobody thinks that. I promise.
Okay, so now Kate is about to barrel in like the Kool-Aid man through the door because we are in a very serious demilitarized zone. Kate, what do you have to say?
I mean, what I have to say is that then Captain Rhee is on your screen.
Yes.
And he is the most handsome man alive.
Yeah.
He is.
He
really is.
He is tall. He has cheekbones like nothing you've ever seen in your life.
Dimples.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he has dimples. He is stern. He has terrific posture.
Oh God. Yes. Yeah. And he's got skills.
Yeah.
So he's got these bat ears that honestly my husband is like that. Like my husband hears everything.
Is your husband like, there are 10 guns, there's 6 men,
basically
they are 100 meters away?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry, I did not notice this the first 10 times I watched it.
No, I think all husbands are like this. I recently had a situation. My husband keeps secret M&ms in our garage.
I love that they're not really secret.
They're in the open, but they're just like his. Like they're his garage snack, and I can't have his garage snacks. And so he was out in the hot tub the other day. The hot tub outside on the deck, not in view of any windows or anything. All the doors are closed. It's Alaska. It's not like we have windows are open.
No.
And I went to the garage and got some of his M&Ms and carried. And he texted me, "Did you just get some of my M&Ms?" From outside the house. And he said he heard them.
Yeah, and so he was like, "Did you get M&Ms in a bowl?" And she had to be like, "No, I got them in my hand, just in my hand."
And he's like, "I heard them go into a bowl," and I was like, "I put them in the cup holder on the couch." Like I felt very like shame. Anyway, yeah, husbands hear things. I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay, so he's got these skills, and then they go out in this open situation because there are 3 grave robbers. It translates to like I think they're stealing artifacts that are buried with graves, right?
Yes.
So they've been caught by the South Korean military, and they're like, okay. Captain Rhee comes over and he's like, "I am the most honorable of men, and you need to give them to us because I will make sure that they are punished. They will be investigated and they will be punished." And they're like, "I think you're a pretty good guy, Captain Rhee." So they actually do hand them over to their mortal enemies.
Yeah.
But then one of the guys sees a pistol on the ground, and so he makes a move for it. And then all hell breaks loose, except that it's not hell at all because Captain Rhee has got it under control, and so does the other badass from South Korea. And
there was like a kick.
There's
Did
like
you
a
see the kick?
and the punches and the swirly gigs that they do. And
he is so capable in this show. He is so deeply sexy capable.
Oh.
It is just like...
It's a big competence boner.
Big
He's
competence
the perfect
boner.
man. He's the perfect man.
Oh my
I have to say, Kate, when he was wearing the helmet, I didn't see it. Like in the helmet with the chin strap and everything, I was like, nah. But as soon as he got out of the helmet, that's when I was like, that's when I was on board. So listener, if you're watching this and in the helmet, you're like, I'm not sure if he's the hottest man alive. Wait until the helmet comes off.
Oh, yeah, but if you're like me and you love a tall man, that alone.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean,
I've just never seen anyone in a military uniform do a swirly gig like that. As a member of the American military, we don't know any swirly gigs or kicks or anything. And I was just very like, whoa, a kick. We just shoot. This is great.
You don't learn that in hand-to-hand combat, Erin?
No, in Combatives Level 1, it's just more like dodge, duck.
Dodge, duck. Eyes in the... poke them in the eyes.
Eyes, yeah.
Groin,
eyes,
soft
throat,
parts.
balls, yeah.
Basic self-defense. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, all right. So they get back to base with their prisoners, and there is a shifty government man who is there. And shifty government man is like, well, we could probably take it easy on them. And Captain Ray's like, have you no honor?
That interaction is so immediately tense. It's like, he's like, okay, here's your guy. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh yeah, don't ever like threaten me or go against me because I will,
I'll ruin you. I'll ruin you.
Well, he says something like, I punish captains just as good as I punish privates or something like that. Like, I don't give a shit if you're a captain or
But like, way to be stealthy. Like, now he knows that you're a total bad guy. You know what I mean?
And there were a bunch of other soldiers hanging around, too. There were a bunch of junior enlisted soldiers just being like, whoa, the general's evil. Am I right? Like, they all know.
Yeah.
Because he implies that North Korea actually sent those soldiers, like gave permission or there was some kind of secret mission involved that was sanctioned by the North Korean military in front of
because the guy said that they were there hunting deer. And then the South Korean soldiers were like, yeah, except they were digging stuff up from graves. So then the commander guy, the bad guy, was like, we sent them there. And he's like, oh, you sent them there to rob the graves? And then he was like, oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
So you could tell that was the moment where he was like, oh, we're not going to be friends now. But
yeah, it's bonkers. So all of that happens. And we also learned that it's this company's last day on the demilitarized zone line situation. All right. So then the rest of the company, there's this really... What, Erin? Do you want a military?
I love talking about the demilitarized zone line. It's fine. It's fine. Just keep going. Just keep going.
You can correct me. I am a civilian.
This is not gonna be Operation Christmas Drop. This is just gonna be romance. I'm sorry.
So, all right. So then the rest of the company is like, it's our last night. And there's this really, really obnoxious Master Sergeant.
His name is Chisu. He's like my favorite. I love him.
He's
so much.
hilarious.
He is so funny.
Yeah. So he has this snake wine, this 50-year-old snake wine that seems very questionable to me in a plastic looking jar.
Like maybe you're going to go blind if you drink it, but...
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
And he's like, we're going to drink snake wine. Everybody with me. And they're all like, yeah. But they're also complaining about how prim and proper and strict Captain Ree is. And it's a whole thing.
Kate's like, oh, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kate's down for it.
Yep.
Okay, so then we cut back and the overworked manager is adorable. And he's just like, more dogs, get them out. How do we get her? We have to find her because she's completely and utterly lost and everyone's looking for her. Oh, he also calls the injured cameraman unprofessional because he didn't keep eyes on her.
I loved it.
In the tornado.
I know.
I loved that part.
It's so funny. All right, so then she wakes up and she's high up in a tree. She's high up in a tree, stuck in her paragliding situation, and she starts screaming, and he can hear something. Of course, the person...
perfect meet cute. It's such a good meet.
It's perfect.
The person who's with him can't hear her at all, though, because bat ears. And so he ends up going there by himself. And he sees her and he's like pistol out and he's like, what's going on here? Are you a spy? What's happening? And she's like, oh my God, you came to save me. I love that she's so rich and privileged. She thought that like the government sent the military to come get her.
But then I love the moment where she's like zooming in on his, like the star on his helmet and like the badge on his uniform. And she's like, oh shit, like this is not what I think it is.
Yeah. And then I love that she's so desperate to like not be in the situation that she's in, that she's like, not only did I land in a tree somewhere random, but I also ran into a North Korean who's defecting randomly. Like, yay!
I know.
Don't worry, I won't tell.
Welcome to my country.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
It did really like, it got, I mean, kind of when they were in the field too, but like, it really honed in that like, I don't know, maybe I'm a hot dummy. Well, just a dummy, but we say hot dummy a lot on the show.
It's just her.
But it's like, they are two countries where there's no accent. Like, people could just talk to, like, you would not know if somebody was North Korean or South Korean just by seeing them on the street or having a conversation with them.
I think you do, though. I think there is an accent. Because one of the things that I've read about it is that the actors that played the North Korean citizens, our comrades, they did such a good job with the accent.
Oh, like, really? Okay. From that exchange, it seemed to me, because she didn't realize he was North Korean until seeing his, like, stuff, I was like, oh, is there just no way, like, unless you raise your hand and say, hi, I'm from South Korea, is there no way to, like, distinguish, you know? Okay, but never mind, that's not true. Okay.
But also, like, I mean, yes, I think the accent is a thing. And I think it sounds like they did a good job with it, so.
That's really awesome. So, okay, so he's like, you need to come down right now. And she's like, I am up in tree. How could I ever? It's so far. Look how far it is down. And he's like, get out of here. I have a gun.
God,
do you not see
my
gun? Oh, tell me everything, Kate.
I just think it's my favorite when she's like, okay, no, I'll come down. And she unstraps herself and then she falls out of the tree and he catches her. But it's the most hilarious. Like he's stiff.
Like, stiff.
She falls on him and it's like, clinging to him and he's so stiff,
and he's like got his arms straight out like he's a zombie.
His arms are straight out. That is like that's what Kate is like when giving a hug. Very Kate energy. He's so uncomfortable. And
I love that he has like a firearm trained on her until this moment. So he goes from pointing a gun at her to like this hug. Like it's such a far on the spectrum, like pointing a gun at you to hug. It's so great.
Yep.
And I don't know if you caught this, listener, but she crash lands on him. Oh, yeah. So there's that.
And he's so stoic. Yeah. He's so stoic. Like, he's like chatter, and he's just like impassive.
Oh,
like there's
God.
just nothing.
I know his hot face is just not moving.
My
it's
heart
so hot.
beats.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, so then she goes to run because she's like, okay, sounds like I can go. Thank you so much. I don't know why. Bye. And she takes off running. And then she's about to run over a creek. And he's like, stop. Wait, there's a minefield right there. We have mines everywhere here. We don't like to take care of mines. They're everywhere.
Well, they got picked up by the tornado and then reburied. So no one knows where they are, too.
What?
He 100% said this.
No, he didn't. He said
yes,
that.
he did.
No, he said that. Really? I thought he said that they picked them up like from places they wanted to inhabit and put them other places.
I swore that he said they got scattered around by the wind.
How is a tornado supposed to do that and not blow them up?
How does it throw around a freaking tractor, Melody? I don't know tornado
That
scientist.
actually-
I'm not a tornado math. God. I can't even divide 1 billion by 1,000. All I know is I read it on the thing, I'm pretty sure.
Sorry. Perfect. So that's what happens. This cyclone picked up those active mines and buried them other places.
Buried them other places.
They used the cyclone shovels. They did the whole thing.
I see what you're doing, and I don't appreciate it. And I feel personally attacked. I'm going to find the part where it did or did not say this, and if it confirms that I was right, I'm going to send it to you.
Perfect. I cannot wait to not get a text from you. All right. All right. So he stops her and he's like, don't move. You're going to die. And then as he's coming over to her, he's steps on a mine, which I thought was adorable.
His face too is just like,
Yeah, he's just like,
oh my God.
damn it.
Because he just got done saying what a mine expert he is. He's like, I'm an expert in this, and I know where they're at, and I know how they are, and click.
This dynamic is going to repeat throughout the show. It's
really?
so good. Yes.
It's so cute.
Everything in this show is so well crafted that the first episode tells you almost everything you need to know.
Oh, I'm
about
a
the
goner.
characters.
I'm done for. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know why that's absolutely true is because Sao Dan is not in the first episode. You don't need to worry about just Sorry.
All right. Apparently,
You'll
we
get to
haven't
that.
met somebody who also doesn't matter. I love that information.
You might love her.
You might, and there are apologists for her out there, but Lauren and I don't.
We don't hear that.
We don't hear that.
It's good to know in advance, though, so that we can be on the right side, the side of good.
Yeah, right.
Or fight. All right. So then he goes to drop his radio. And no, he goes to use his radio and he drops it and it like goes down the creek. And she's like, oh, ho, ho, look at this. I have the only way you can communicate with the rest of your unit. I'm just going to put it right far away from you. And I'm also not going to help you with that mine because I am not a mine expert like you are. And I'm just going to get the hell out of Dodge because I need to get back to my country.
I love that she tells him as she's taking off.
Yeah.
Like, I know this isn't the best time, but you are totally my type.
She does this. She does this gesture with her hand. It's like
She's like, all
your
of
lips
your
are my
face.
type.
This is my type.
Love it.
And we're like,
Oh my
same,
God.
girl.
Yeah.
I
We're
think
like,
that was
you
my
were wise.
favorite moment
Yeah.
before she turned to run.
Because she's so cheeky.
But then she asks him which direction to go. She's just like,
And then she
"Hey."
doesn't listen to him.
Did she not listen? Do we think she didn't listen?
doesn't
She didn't
Because I didn't.
listen.
She didn't listen.
Okay.
She told
It
her
goes
how to
back
get-
in episode 2 and it shows the whole thing. So you see it all.
He's so honorable. Oh,
He is.
what a dreamboat.
I kind of love that she
Okay.
didn't listen to him though. Like that really,
I know, same.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. I probably would have done the same thing because she doesn't know he's honorable. How is she to know?
He's handsome.
He says
He's
he's
clearly the
tall.
lead.
He's tall.
He's the main character. He's the handsome one. They had a
All the
meet
signs are
cute.
there.
tall. Kate. All right, so then he gets found by a subordinate and tries to call the troops, but like they're super hungover from that aforementioned
Chisu
snake
is,
wine.
yeah. He is so hungover, and he's like, there's bugs, and he's hiking through like waist-high grass, and he's just like, this sucks. I'm trying to catch a woman.
Well, and he radios like, catch this lady, don't shoot her. And then like, he's so like hungover. It's like, catch this lady, shoot her. Okay. And so like, he's ready to go shoot her.
Well, and I also think that he's very much like, no matter if I catch her dead or alive, I get the glory. So like, may as well just shoot her. He seems like that kind of guy.
This is a very good indication of where their relationship goes.
Okay.
Like, they are the funnest pair for me to watch.
Are they enemies forever? I kind of love them.
Yes, until they're not. I don't know.
Oh, it's a redemption too? Oh no, I'm a goner.
Oh, Melody, there's no hope. This is going to destroy you.
One of the things I really liked though, when he talks to the subordinate, when they're like at the mine, is that he believes her that she got there on accident.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, my heart. I don't know why that hit me so hard.
He's already defending her because the guy's like,
Yeah.
so what? Is she a spy? Is she this? And he's like, no, she's a South Korean woman who got here by accident. You're like,
yeah.
oh.
It's so
But
sweet.
he also that poor like, junior enlisted soldier has never disarmed a mine before except in training. And then he's just like, okay, well, I believe in you that you can do it.
Again, it's because you learn everything you need to know about him. He's like,
He's great.
He's so good to the people who work for him. He cares for them. It's like, and it's how it will be all the way until episode 16.
Yep.
I'm in love.
All right,
with
we
him.
got to speed this up. We do.
Okay. So then, all right. So she gets to the fork in the road. She apparently does not listen to him, and she goes to the left, which is the North Korean way.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not know she didn't listen to him by the fact that she ended up in North Korea? I'm just spitballing here.
No,
I'm just
that's-
throwing things out
Listen,
there.
I know.
She wasn't
I
sure.
had
Maybe
a
he lied to her. Is that what you were saying?
I had a feeling that she didn't
Oh.
listen to him, but I was like, is he a
Got
liar
it.
or did she not listen?
Never
I didn't
once
know that
did it
about
even
his
cross
character.
my noggin that he may have lied to her. He's too handsome. too handsome.
And tall.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the hungover soldiers are looking for her, and the obnoxious master sergeant sees her and like tries to run after her, and he's like, she's so fast, and it's a big chase
Which
scene.
is hilarious because she does not look like she's that fast. He is just that hungover.
So she runs and runs and runs, and then they like catch her, and then she runs straight through another minefield.
Yeah.
And
they're like, don't go through that fence. There's a fence that's down, and they're like, stop. And she's like, what? And she goes through, and then
I think it's worth noting that the guy in the tower doesn't see her because he's watching a K-drama. I don't know which one.
He's sobbing over a K-drama.
I thought it was very cute. And it comes back.
I loved it so much.
They're all of the army boys are the most delightful characters. You will feel like they are your children. I love them
so
much.
Sweet.
Yes,
already. Oh my gosh. So yeah, she accidentally runs to North Korea, and then she keeps going and going and going. We go back to the family's house. The brothers are super hoping she's dead. The mom, she's got a lot of regret on her face. And this is when we get the cut scene where we find out about their interaction right after she left the house, accepting her dad's offer.
Right.
So the mom comes out and she's like, you need to go back in there and refuse. You can't do this. And she's like, isn't it so weird that when I get scared or I get hurt, I still say mom, even though I've never had a mom.
Yeah. And then it cuts to her falling down in the woods and she says, mom, basically. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah. Because she's running through the woods and she's falling down and getting cut and she's lost and she's stressed.
And that flight suit fucking sucks.
It does.
She's not going to pass it.
I know. She's so cute. She's like, I'm going to fail this product when I get home.
I'd wear that flight suit, though.
It's cute.
It's cute.
I want a lavender flight suit.
Yeah.
It's a nice little jumpsuit.
Lavender is not my color, but I would wear a flight suit.
I think you'd look fantastic in lavender.
Yeah.
And I can see it.
And a flight suit. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, and so then, like, back in North Korea, they're trying to find her, and then she gets to a village, and she's like, oh, weird, why is there no one? Why is there no electricity?
Why is it so dark?
At first, she's like, oh my God, my home. This has been such a trust. I should be interviewed by CNN. This is hard.
Yeah.
And then she gets down in there and they're like, there's no electricity. She's like hearing
They're like,
accents.
Time for morning exercises.
Yeah. There's a bunch of posters of like, fearless leader is always with you and stuff. And she's like,
I feel like that scene is so mesmerizing.
Yeah.
Like when she's watching them do the morning exercises and the kids like doing roll call and stuff. I was just like, wow, they did a great job.
Although, okay, I understand in concept that making all your citizens go outside and do morning exercises is a bad idea. I get listen, this isn't hot takes with Erin. It's not. I swear to you. But those exercises looked really fun.
They
it looked
great.
kind of like Zumba. It was like
I thought so too. It's like slow Zumba.
Do I support forcing all the citizens to do morning exercises every morning? No, that is not my take.
Of course not.
But did it look fun? Yes, it did look fun.
It was very cute. It was.
Mm-hmm.
It's mellow Zumba.
It did. It was kind of like, it seemed like a good way to start your day. Not in a mandatory fashion, but fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You follow Marigold as she pieces her story back together and have a front row seat of the bedside interactions and confessions she hears. It's available for free wherever you get your podcasts. Wait, I think I missed a scene. I missed when bad government man was talking to the guys who did the grave robbery.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys didn't even really acknowledge the spiky truck, but I think you can do that quickly.
No, we're going to do it right now. Okay. So so he's in like this interrogation room and he's like, where was the treasure? And they were like, it was right here. And he's like, eat your noodles. They're going to get cold. Also, they're your last meal. No, just kidding. This is get ready for your reward.
I was certain that broth was poisoned.
I thought it was poisoned.
That would have been an easier way to do it, right?
Yeah.
But no, they like drive them out into the middle of nowhere and then ram into the car with this like giant, like jagged tooth front machine
Is
thing.
that a real thing?
Is that a real thing?
Is tooth car real? Because tooth car is scary.
And then the smallest fake Jeep ever falls off a cliff.
Bloop,
and
bloop,
then
bloop, bloop.
It really looked like a model Jeep. It was very funny.
Well,
was
and
tiny.
the explosion looks like the explosion you put on like an Instagram like app
Yes.
that you put an explosion over a graphic. But it was
And
fine.
they say everything's fine.
But then they murdered that hitchhiker lady. But
Well, she was a witness.
Yes, she was a witness.
He's a bad man.
He is a bad man.
Like Kate said, everything you need to know.
Wow.
So she's in the village. She's like, oh my God, I'm not.
What's happening? And then we see a pair of headlights coming at her, and then all of a sudden she gets swooshed into a side alley through a gate, and we see that it's bad government man in the Jeep, and oh boy, and then
Captain Reed just saved her.
with his arms doing that thing.
He's
where
looming.
The hero's
He's
arms
looming.
is up against a wall.
Like
and
a locker.
You know, you guys, listen. It's romance listening to us. You know the thing where their arms are up and they're kind of like leaning down.
He's
So
so
good.
good.
He's doing a big
Oh, yeah.
protect
I
and he's
gasped.
doing a big shield from view.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
But
fully
also the
gasped.
amount of you guys are going to get such eye contact porn in this show, and this is the first real taste of it,
my
where they
gosh.
just stare at each other for many, many seconds, and
I
you're like,
loved it.
yes.
Loved
This
it.
is when I was like, oh, it's super over. These two.
And this is the first time we see him no helmet. And I
Yes,
was
I
like,
know.
herp? Like,
I know.
I was on high alert all of a sudden.
Yeah, and then that last moment where they're just like
I need to tell
staring
you,
into
hold
each
on.
other's eyes. Yeah.
Yes.
I need to say that his helmet comes off, but there are times in the show where his hair will change and you will
Yeah.
die at
Okay.
those.
Yeah.
Oh, hair
Okay.
changes.
Yeah.
Hair changes.
The degree to which this show is through the female gaze is so good. It's so good in that way.
I lit up in many ways in the in the beginning where what do you call it? The opening credits. Like he's in a suit at one point in the opening credits, and I was like,
Just
Oh,
wait.
yeah.
full alert. So
This is going to
Yeah.
ruin your life.
I don't
I
think
know.
anyone's attractive in a helmet, especially with a chin strap. I don't like it.
You're not going to get a lot more helmet time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are we
good?
But
Good.
like Kate and I, we watched this a year ago and we're not over it. We begged to be here to talk about it. So like really your life is over as you know it. Just get used to that. And then
Okay.
Melody.
Yeah.
In episode 2, it starts off in a Henley shirt making noodles,
No,
and you're gonna
fuck
lose
you.
your fucking mind. He's wearing a Henley shirt and he's making her some noodles so carefully with
Yeah.
like little garnishes and shit. Ugh.
You've
And
never
then
seen
she's
a man
such a
like
brat
this.
about it. She's like, "You eat it first, maybe you're
Oh yeah,
poisoned."
and she's such a bitch about the noodles
love
too.
it.
And you're
I
like,
love
you
that.
I love
eat
that
those
episode. Though
noodles.
it's so
I
funny.
love that too. Oh,
You've
no.
you've really never seen a man in a Henley until you've seen this. Truly.
Wow. I'm so
And I believe our
excited.
listener has seen a mini man in a Henley. And imagined a romance hero in a Henley shirt. He looks so
Oh
good.
my gosh.
I
He's
will
delicious.
never write a Henley shirt again after this.
No,
Whoa. Can't be
Wow.
outdone, huh?
Wow. Those are big
No.
words from
it's
a
true though.
romance author.
I know what you mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited
So-
about this.
So what? But it's the end of this. Is it at the end of the first episode or the beginning of the second episode where they flash back to the when she's in the
End
tree?
of the first one. And then
So
you
you've
see it
seen
from
that,
his
Mel.
point of view. They do that with
Yes.
every episode where you get to see like a different take on a scene.
Oh, it's so good.
Where you see when he falls in love with her?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So he, like, she was up in the tree, like, yelling into her walkie-talkie for, like, 10 minutes while he stood there and watched her be an idiot. And you
And
can
he's just
see
like
in his
laughing and
beautiful
fondness.
eyes where he, like, his expression softens and he's in love. And then he, like, undoes the schmoofy on his gun and he's like, I'm not going to shoot this lady because
No.
she's hot and good.
Yeah,
And I like her.
because she's just bratty enough.
Mhm.
Oh man, she is so funny.
Oh.
Such a good show. And like from a romance perspective, it's just everything is done so well. Like you get the tension at the beginning, the friction between them, and then you just get the sort of swooniest stoic hero you have ever met in your entire life.
Mhm.
And he is just all about protecting her from the minute he pulls her out of the village so that she can't get caught that very first night, all the way through the end. That is like his only goal in life. And it is so hot.
I mean,
Oh.
really, from the time he tells her not to step on the mine
Yeah.
and to go to the right, it's like he's so consistent and wonderful.
I love a
But he
consistent
still changes throughout the show in like ways that are dreamy and romantic. It's the
And she does
most.
too. They both do.
It's the
Is
most
he in,
romantic
like, other
show I've ever seen.
things?
Yeah.
Like, is that actor around in other?
He is.
Yeah, so
In
he's
other
in
things.
his So the one that he's in, this one called My Lovely Sam Soon, and that was a 2005 K-drama. And I will tell you that Hyun Bin mostly plays like asshole characters.
That's
in that one.
Oh no, that gets even Erin even more. Oh god.
In Sam Soon, he's an asshole, and then he's in this other one called Secret Garden, which was 2009, and that one he is such an enormous dick in it, but I like could not stop loving him. Also, he wears the worst tracksuits. He wears these like sequin tracksuits. I told Kate she's not allowed to watch it.
It'll ruin it.
It's okay. I can't watch very many shows.
And in Secret Garden, he falls in love with a stunt woman who does not have a single second for him. She just is like, get away from me. I don't care. And he's this super rich guy who's like furious that he's in love with her. He like hates her so much that he can't stay away from her. And he takes it out on her. And it's like, he's awful, but I love him.
Oh,
that sounds like my catnip.
Should we tell them what they really need to know about this man?
Yes.
Which is that they are together in real life.
No!
Yes. After this show, they fell in love. So you guys are going to watch them actually fall in love.
Yes.
Like, they knew each other from before, but after this show ended filming, they missed each other, and they're like, maybe it's just the intensity of working together. And then they were like, no, I miss you. And they've been together since like the show ended.
No, I miss
Tell them
you.
about when we found out.
Dispatch, which is funny because she mentions Dispatch. That is the gossip site that shares the picture of her in the very first scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dispatch in Korea is the site that announced that Hyun Bin and Son Ye-jin are together in real life. And people had been thinking that they were just because they kept getting spotted together, but they announced it for real on January 1st. And I think I blew up your phone. When you picked it up,
and I didn't pick up right away. So then you put it on Twitter.
I tweeted
it everywhere.
You guys can tell that Kate is a very like tidy, boundaried person, and I am like the like. So she wasn't answering her phone. So then I tweeted at her to pick up her phone. Like I was just doing to be a troll. Yeah. And then I think I DM'd you as well on Instagram. And then you were like, what?
Yeah.
It was
so important.
Some things are important.
It was so important. It was a real highlight.
So now you guys can watch the show knowing that in real life they are. And this is her first relationship she has ever confirmed in her 20-year career. They are like in love. It's very cute.
And I have to say, because I am the person I am, I typically do not do this. Like with actors, I'm like, their business is their business. Totally. That's not my business. But at the end of the show, I was like, these people need to get married. It needs to happen for me personally.
Oh my
and
because there's nothing like falling in love with somebody on like an actor and then finding out they're just like a total dick in real life or just finding out like some bullshit and then it kind of like taints the whole thing. Like this is like the opposite. It's like it makes the viewing experience so much better. I'm so excited.
Well, I also love that they were friends for years before. So they'd worked together on another movie called The Negotiation, where she's like a hostage negotiator and he's a criminal who takes somebody hostage. But they didn't work like on set too much. And then they've been friends for like years. And so people kept saying, are you together? And they're like, no. But so like now they are. So it's like friends to lovers.
So is it like the show maybe like force them to smooch? And then when they got forced to smooch, they like smooching? That's what I think in my life. That's what I think in my brain.
You just have to watch. You just have to watch the.
They just
oh my god!
So much
I'm very
quality
excited.
Time together that they became embedded in each other's hearts, and then they had to admit to themselves that they couldn't be without each other.
We're fans of it.
It makes it so much better, though. It was fun to watch it after I found that out.
Wow, you have given us a gift. It's huge.
This is such a gift.
Wow.
I can't believe we almost finished this episode, Kate, without telling them that. I'm so glad you remembered. I just assume everyone knows because that's like the only thing I think about all day.
Sometimes we just text each other at like, hey, have we thought about this in a while? And then we just text each other.
And then we send a bunch of pictures.
Yeah.
I can't wait to Google the pictures. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so happy this happened. I'm so happy somebody mentioned this and this. Was it on Christmas Drop? What?
This happened on Christmas Drop. Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy that this accidentally got mentioned and then became a thing. I'm psyched.
Yeah.
It's going to bring you a lot of joy.
It is.
And apparently a lot of sadness, but that's okay.
No, I really want you guys to like email me all of your angst and happiness.
That's a dangerous offer.
Yeah, you
Maybe
don't
retract
want
that.
Yeah,
I really want to know. I want to know what the threshold episode is for each one of you, where it's like
you can't stop.
Where like you really couldn't stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It might be sooner than 7. For some people, it's 4, but I think I'm so excited for you.
Because like, Lo, I feel like we're in a place where we respect your privacy,
right,
and your boundaries.
We have
and
not.
If you say
you have my phone number though. I think you have my number, Erin, because of the whole Christmas present.
I do have your number due to the Christmas present, and I believe we're Facebook friends. That's the problem. I can hit you from multiple angles with my takes, and you're going to be unable to dodge.
Lo, that are famous, really, and I've saved you from them up until this point. So I just, I need to know I need you to know what you're getting yourself into.
Melody's the type of person that just like worms her way in.
It's like she's speaking to her own kind, though. Kate is looking at me like, have you met Lo? Kate had no choice but to be my friend.
Oh, I love it.
Well, I don't think Melody has identified with a heroine in a book more strongly than Hazel.
Than Hazel Bradford.
So if that like tells you anything.
Fully a Hazel. That is who I am down to my core. Although probably less arts and crafts. That's all.
That's it. That's the only difference.
I really identify with Captain Reed.
You know what? Kind of a little bit same. Like I really felt, especially in the second episode, I felt a lot of like, I understand where you're coming from. In the second episode, I understand him more than I understand her for sure.
Yeah. She has such good character growth. She actually drives me a little crazy at the beginning because she's so sort of focused, whatever the word is. But
self-involved. Yeah.
Thank you.
Completely. Yeah. All right. So normally we end the show with Lady Loves, Kate, or self-love recommendations. Anything that you're doing that like makes you feel better, makes you happy, anything like that. Do you have anything like that to share with the audience?
Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah, if
with
you
somebody
don't
else,
that's fine.
Can you start with somebody else, and I'll come and then come back to me?
Yeah,
I can go. Okay. I really recommend this witch's cauldron mug that I got from Etsy the other day. It's cauldron shaped, and when you hold it, it's really nice because it's like kind of a bubble. And then it's got these little feetsies on it, and you can really like. It's nice. You can kind of like play with them. It's just the best mug.
Stable.
Yeah, Google up witch's cauldron mug on Etsy. You're gonna find it, and it's a really nice mug. Solid stuff. Mm-hmm. And you look cool when you drink your tea.
You do look cool.
Thank you. That was just a ploy to make you guys say I look cool.
Okay, I'm gonna say what mine is. Mine is definitely over the course of the pandemic. I mean, this is always a little bit of mine, but more so during the pandemic. And I don't care if it sounds dorky, but it's my houseplants. I love my houseplants. I just got a new plant this week as a gift. Really makes me feel good to have plants in my house and to tend to them.
Yay. Can I tell a plant story?
Please. Yes. All day, every day.
So Kate's book birthday was on Tuesday. And I like to send my friends things. My friends, I mean Kate and Christina, and by things I mean flowers. And so I have this monthly subscription for myself and for Christina to Bokes, which is like the Bokes is like a whatever. So that's like our pandemic treat. And so I went to send Kate birthday flowers, but I didn't change the default address, so they came to me.
Cool.
So I got Love at First flowers on Tuesday.
She sent me a picture and she's like, look at these flowers I got for your book birthday. Pretty.
I was like, thanks, they're gorgeous. And then later she's like, how are my flowers doing? So
Pro tip, if you live in Alaska, don't subscribe to one of those. It is a waste of money and they'll show up horrible. I wasted dollars. I was like, they kept being like, we guarantee fresh flowers. And I was like, I haven't seen a flower in months. I would love to see a flower.
No,
didn't
don't
work
do
out.
it. That's a bummer.
It's okay. We have snow is pretty.
Okay, I know my lady love.
Supporting you.
What is it, Mel?
My lady love is find some, like when you see something on the internet that you can procure and you know that it is perfect for a friend, do not hesitate. Just get it for your friend.
I think I know specifically what you're talking about.
Actually, that's one of the things I've done lately. Yeah, one of them went to you. Another one is going to a person who shall remain nameless until mid-March. I'm so excited about the thing that another friend and I sent to this friend. It's not going to get there until mid-March, but I'm telling you, just like the knowledge that it's going to get there has been bringing me so much joy. Like the anticipation.
This is like Erin with your video. Like,
yes.
So Kate, Erin got Melody for Christmas a video of what's his nuts? What's his name? Sorry, Melody.
Bjorn Ironside.
It's right here.
Thank you.
Alexander. It's on my desktop.
Ludwig.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was in Operation Christmas Drop. He was in Hunger Games, and he was in Vikings.
Yeah.
Right? And so Melody loves him, and so Erin bought through his website like a personalized video where he was like in his car doing like a selfie video, and he made it for Melody, and he called her a land mermaid.
A beautiful land mermaid.
Beautiful land mermaid.
I forced him to call Melody a beautiful land mermaid.
So Erin was so excited about this present, she like could not keep her shit together, and it was actually very cute because normally Erin is the one who keeps her shit together.
Yes.
No offense, Melody.
Nope, none taken.
But it really came back to bite me in the ass because I sent it to everybody, and then I was like, "Look what a great fucking friend I am! Like I am tops." And then everybody kept coming back and being like, "You are the best friend, Erin," and I was like, me. And so what I did was I kept like screen grabbing like Christina says this, Lauren says that, Brianna says this. I'm like, what a great fucking look at how happy you're gonna be on Christmas. And then she freaking pieced it together.
Guessed it. She's like, did you
for sure?
No, that video, and she's like,
what actually happened was I just shot for the universe. I was like, what? Did you give me a cameo of Bjorn Ironside? She was like, what? No, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's a physical thing.
And then I had to like make our friend
physically.
Tanya like swoop in and do like a subterfuge where she's like, did you ship it yet? And then I screenshotted that and sent it to Melody. I'm like, certainly not an internet video. Something that must be shipped. Oh, God.
Anyway, I'm riding high on this gift that doesn't know it's going to get there. And also, I got Erin for Galentine's Day. I got her a Keith Morrison candle. What did it say? Erin's obsessed with Dateline.
It said like all the candles were lit, or were they? Or like there was love in the air, or was there?
Yeah.
If you don't know, Keith Morrison is the narrator for Dateline, which is my favorite show. And it made me very happy. Anyway, Melody's good friend.
That's my lady love. Okay.
Love it.
Are we done
Why
with
did I
lady
say
loves?
houseplants? Jesus. Oh, well.
No, you're great.
Houseplants is a great lady
Come
love.
on. That's super on brand and it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
All right.
Yay.
Okay. So do you want me to put all of your social medias in the show notes?
Sure.
Or do you want to just say them out loud?
Oh,
You
yes,
them-
I can
we
say them
do
out
both.
loud. I'm on Twitter at Kate Clayborn, and I am on Instagram at kateclayborn.author.
Yay.
Yeah, so that's me.
Awesome.
We're just Christina Lauren.
Everywhere. All the
Mhm.
places. Yeah. And we're Heaving Bosoms on Instagram. On Twitter, we're at heaving_bosoms. We're on Facebook. We've got a Gmail account that you can get to. You know the places. Come follow us. It's great.
Google us.
So keep being a badass.
Keep watching the show.
Yes, keep
Love
watching
yourself.
Crash Landing.
And love yourself as much as you love the fact that these two amazing, hot friends to lovers, co-workers to lovers, just destined, fated mates lovers are together in real life.
Exactly.
I love that.
Oh my God, love yourself that much. I love it so hard. All right.
All right. Bye.
Thank you so much for
This was
coming.
fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, you. Yes, listener, you. Are you loving the show? If so, please leave a rating and review in your podcast app. The 90 seconds you take to say something nice not only helps new people find the show, but it makes me super smile over at HBHQ. Also, I've had a few people ask, and the answer is yes. We are still doing the 5-star bribe. If you leave us a review with 5 stars, then we'll do whatever book you want. We're real deep into the list, though, so it might be a while. Lilas! Okay, back to the show.